Snake, I'm intercepting a transmission from someone calling themselves, G.I. Joey. Does that name mean anything to you?
G.I. Joey, huh? Never heard of him.
Well, that may be. But he claims to have made replicas of members of your old unit. You know, FOXHOUND.
Replicas? So what exactly are we talking? Clones?
Not quite clones, Snake, but detailed replicas all the same.
So you're the one who calls himself G.I. Joey, huh?
Greetings, Snake. I'm a huge fan. And Otacon was mostly right. But not only have I replicated members from FOXHOUND, but I've also made replicas of you and Meryl as well. But we are men of action, Snake. Allow me to show you. So you see, Snake, they're not clones at all. They're G.I. Joe action figures that I made in your likeness.
Action figures, huh? Those are pretty detailed. I wouldn't mind seeing those up close. Especially Meryl's figure. I mean, the figure of Meryl, that is.
Yes, well, since you asked, I'd be happy to show you. Let's start with you first, shall we? We'll get to Meryl's, figure after. So here's your completed figure, Snake.
Handsome guy.
Agreed. But this is how you started off. You were made from parts from several other different figures that I then modified by sculpting and sanding and painting.
Look at those abs.
Right, that took a long time.
You even got my hair right.
Thanks, I tried. But after weeks of work of sculpting and fine-tuning, you're ready to go from this to this, ready for action.
Nice.
Well, here's Meryl's figure.
That's Meryl, all right. I'd recognize that knife anywhere.
Right. Well, here's how Meryl started off. Again, from several different figures that I then had to modify. It took a long time to get her hair just right.
So what's all that gray stuff?
Well, Snake, that's epoxy. That's what I used to sculpt everything from hair to clothes to accessories.
She's looking good.
Thanks. And after weeks of work, we can get her looking as you might remember her.
You even got her Foxhound tattoo.
I try to get it as game accurate as possible. You remember Vulcan Raven, I assume.
Do I? He was one tough guy.
Well, here are the parts that I used for his custom.
That's a lot of road pig.
Well, he's the biggest figure that I could find, and Vulcan Raven's no joke. I even 3D printed his gun.
Looks heavy.
Maybe a little, but I made him a special magnetic strap, just to make sure it stays on.
Foxhound's psychic. He made my controller move on its own, and he knew I liked Castlevania games.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome. In fact, he was probably my favorite boss fight in the whole game. As far as head sculpts go, he probably took the longest amount of time, but I wanted to get it just right. I think he has an awesome look.
Reminds me of Frankenstein's monster.
Exactly. That's probably why I like it so much.
Sniper Wolf was as beautiful as she is deadly.
She also took the most amount of time to make. Right behind you, that is. Sculpting her outfit took forever. I also used the Baroness's head because of long hair, but then the hair wouldn't work with the collar, so I had to elongate her neck. Luckily, her choker hides the seam.
I don't think anyone's looking at her choker.
Right. You might not look it, but Liquid Snake took a long time. As always, here are the parts that I used. I used the same head as yours because, you know, twins. But he also had that Farrah Fawcett hair, so his hair took even longer than yours did.
I like his jacket.
Yeah, I got that from a Snake Eyes figure that I had to modify to get to fit correctly. I also gave him 2 sets of arms from when he's wearing the jacket and when he's not. And there you have it, Snake. That's every custom figure that I've made from Metal Gear Solid. So far.
Impressive, though I can't help but notice the absence of Gray Fox and Revolver Ocelot.
And what about me?
You're both correct, and I certainly haven't forgotten about you, Otacon. I have already begun work on Revolver Ocelot, and I wouldn't dream about leaving out Gray Fox. And you can't have Metal Gear without Otacon. You'll just have to stay tuned to my codec frequency and monitor for any new transmissions and updates. Until then, this is G.I. Joey, signing off.